Well, good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Fat Cat Collections. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 3 products by a company that goes by the name of Alphatech. And they were nice to send me 3 different variations, with 6 total units, of their spy camera products. Now, I've reviewed stuff like this in the past, and it's always fun to get stuff like this. It's just amazing that the world we're living in with the technology we have at the price points. I mean, stuff like this, 20 years ago was just unheard of, especially at price points like this, if it even existed, right? So we have 3 different variations of their hidden spy cameras. Now, this is great if you are a parent, if you are in a situation we need to keep on, discreetly keep tabs on somebody. Gentlemen, your cheating girlfriend? No, I'm just kidding. But, there's a reason to have something like this. And, again, the great thing about it is just to make sure that you're protecting yourself, your assets, your emotions, all these different things. Now, I'm not saying that you should be checking up on every single person. This is going to be an interesting video that you care about. But it's nice to know that we have products like this in the event that you need to. So what do you get here? So what I like about these is compared to some of the other models of cameras that I've reviewed over the years, when it comes to these spy cameras, some of the other ones are kind of obvious. Like they're discreet, but they're not hidden. With these cameras, these are things that you could easily put around the office, put around your house, and nobody would really know that they're even there. There are some differences which we're going to talk about, and maybe one of these cameras might work best for you depending on what you're looking to do with it. Now, some of the stuff that we're going to talk about today, I don't have real-world demonstrations. In the past, I've gotten comments when I've reviewed stuff like this. People are like, "Oh, you didn't show the footage." Ultimately, I can give you the footage resolution, but we all have 1080p, 4K TVs. We know what high definition is. Me showing you the video footage on this isn't really going to prove anything because you're looking at it through the lens of my camera and you're looking at it through your own TV. So if I'm filming in 4K and you're looking at it on a device on your phone that's just a regular standard definition screen, you can't tell the resolution. It's really kind of pointless. It's like listening to an audio system through headphones. My banging system in my car, you're not getting an idea of how loud it is, right? So anybody who says otherwise is just delusional. So let's talk about the ones we have. So the first one here is their, they all say the IQ cameras. That's the model of these cameras or the name of the cameras. The company's Alphatech. They're very similar, but they're very different. These two are extremely similar. Let me move those off to the side here. So this one here is basically a standalone, non-hidden camera, right? So what I like about this here is if you have a situation where you need to maybe make something on your own, whether that be to hide this inside of something or want to discreetly place this in like a plant or, wherever you want to put this, you can mount this. What's cool about it as well is that you have the function buttons around the entire cam and you have onboard SD recording. So something like this, and it's on at the moment. Let me turn that off here. Press and hold. I believe press and hold. A lot of the buttons on these cameras are all pretty similar across brand, but again, always good to refresh yourself with the manual when you get this. Again, you get the box, the camera, and I believe you get a micro USB cable. Let me crack this open here and we'll see what we get. Yeah, you get a micro USB cable, which is kind of nice because this is actually like sort of a, it holds its shape, right? It's kind of like a snake cable, so you can plug this in and kind of have this kind of pointing out of a computer. And then of course you have a standard USB cable. You have a SD card USB adapter, which is cool, they gave you that. And then you have this magnetic mount here. You can stick this to the camera and mount this wherever you fancy, right? So kind of cool. I think this is magnetic. Actually, I think I spoke too soon, guys. Yeah, no, it is magnetic, but not very good magnetic. So, oh, I see. My bad. So this, this mounts to the camera like this, and then you have double stick tape to mount this wherever you might want to mount this. So that's kind of how that works. So you can actually use this if you want to actually just hardwire this inside your house as a security camera as well. I like the fact that they're super discreet. It's very adaptable. You can really use this anywhere. It is designed for indoor use, but I don't recommend you use this outside, but if it's in a protected area, I don't think you'll have a problem in a pinch. I don't know how humidity and being outside will affect this long term, but again, in a pinch, you can use this. Pretty cool they give you that stuff. I do like this cable here. Let me go ahead and plug that in because this is really pretty handy. Just to be able to charge it or just be able to actually use it like this. That's handy. You can put this in a wall outlet. Again, remember, this is not meant to be completely hidden. It's meant to be discreet. So that's pretty cool as well. When I popped this open the first time, I didn't realize it had those parts. Let me go ahead and throw that away. As far as the buttons on here, you have your on-off button, you have your mode button, micro SD card on board, which is pretty cool. Again, something like this, you can very easily mount this, hide this somewhere, and the only problem you're really going to have is the runtime. I don't know how long this runs. Let me go ahead and check that right now. Oh, it looks like, that's interesting. It looks like that this camera is not available on their website. That's kind of strange. Oh, no, there it is. Sorry, my bad. So $35, you get a 5% coupon right now on this. It is 1080p with a built-in microphone. That's pretty standard across the board. Let me see what it says about, and guys, whenever I review stuff like this or any product, I always encourage you just to click the link in the description and read more about it from the manufacturer. Remember, when I do these things, these are, my type of reviews are mainly more of like commercials, and I come back to products and review them after I've had real world use. I work with too many companies to actually be able to test every single product with 100% accuracy to give you guys, my feedback on all the things I like about it and dislike about it. A lot of times with owning products, it really comes down to using it over time and knowing some of the quirks that, like there's products I reviewed and share with you guys in the beginning that I said, hey, these are great products. This is what it does. I share it with you guys. And then I've had them for a few years and I've noticed some things that bother me and some things I like about them. So just kind of keep that in mind when you watch my videos. So directly from the manufacturer's website, or the Amazon listing. This, again, you have a Wi-Fi connection. Or not again, I didn't tell you that first time. So it has motion alerts, enhanced night vision, Wi-Fi connection, so you can actually view this remotely, which is great from inside or outside your network. You can also do the onboard recording, which I always recommend with anything. It'll support up to 128 gigabyte card. It has 1080p full HD images. All the standard stuff you're going to get on any security camera. They're all over the internet. You guys have seen them left and right. There's nothing really different. What really sets us apart is the onboard battery and its size. But what I'm trying to find for you guys here is the battery life. Viewing angle, that's worth mentioning, 150 degree wide angle view. Very important. I've had cameras that don't have that, especially some of the smart doorbells I've reviewed over the years. And you have to mount the thing really high. Normally when you mount the doorbell, it's down low, and I find that it confuses people. So something like this, you can mount this pretty low and still be able to get a whole field of view, which is nice because not all the times with stuff like this, usually you're trying to hide these things. You want to put them kind of out of sight. The better viewing angle, the better. But what I want to find is the battery life, and I don't know if they actually list that here. It'll give you the walkthrough on setup and using the, I've used this app before, the Tuya app, Tuya Smart app. That's kind of a standard app with a lot of these cameras that I've seen out there. I don't think this has your runtime on here. And if I've missed it and you guys find it, drop me a comment. But that's kind of worth mentioning. So unfortunately, I'm not able to test this. But the product does get 3.5 stars on Amazon. I usually like to see a 4.5. So I encourage you again to read the description, click the link, and find out what other people have to say about it. I used it a little bit. I mean, video footage is great. It's like any other 1080p camera. Remember, stuff like this, there is a distance limit, even with the infrared. I know a lot of times they'll give a distance. I've also worked with 23 feet. In real world use indoors, you're good to go. Outside is where you have a problem. But again, this is mainly going to be used indoors. So that's the first product. I think it's great. Definitely something that will hopefully never get used, but I'll probably use it as a as a security camera in the house. They did give me 2 of those. That's great. So I'll definitely find a use for these. And remember, guys, a lot of these products I will put in my my house tours. I usually do one of those per year, and I kind of touch base, kind of jump around the house. We kind of do a little walkthrough and show you guys the different products I've integrated into my home. Again, these things are great. Especially you have a I don't want to encourage everybody to spy on people, but you have a coworker doing something, you have a situation with a neighbor, wherever you can hide this that's protected, you can get some footage. We've had a problem with people checking our mailboxes randomly, you know. Something like this, you know, it'd be worth also looking into, even if the battery life in this thing isn't insane, you know, let's say, you know, my mailbox situation, I can very easily run a line, hide a power bank inside the box, a solar panel. There's lots of things you can do. The most important aspect is that it's small, right? That's pretty cool. So the other two cameras are very similar. The only difference between these two is I believe one is Wi-Fi capable, the other one is not. I believe wireless hidden. Yeah. So price point on these things very similar. 39 bucks versus 35 bucks. Again, that changes, you know, almost daily. But that's the main difference here that I can tell. Let me just double check that. 35 and Wi-Fi. Yeah, the best I can tell by these two is one is Wi-Fi capable, the other one is not. So I'm only going to show you one because they look exactly the same. So it is a power adapter. And what's cool about this is that this actually looks like a power adapter. Like there's not a lot that would make you, you'd have to really kind of look this over and be like, oh, that's weird to actually look at this and think this is a camera. You have your lens right in the front there. You have your SD card in the back and a L and M button. I believe it's like maybe low or medium. Not 100% sure. I'll know after I kind of play with these. It is a functional charger, which is cool as well. This is something, I mean, again, very easy. You know, we hope people are doing the right thing, but if you feel the need to put this somewhere and spy on people, you can do that. This is super discreet. When you plug it in, it's self-powered. And I believe this sucker has a built-in, let me just double check that. I don't know if it does actually, but it may not. I thought it had a built-in battery, but let's see here. Yeah, 1080p. Let me give you guys the specifics on this, because some of these unboxing I'm doing with you guys at the same time, which is just like right now. So you have 110-degree viewing angle, HD quality. It says here fast detection. The wall charger. It says keep in mind some of the language barrier here. It says it says the wall charger camera with 167 point recordings is Ultra HD. I'm not sure what that means, but it's got HD detection and movement. As far as the infrared, I don't think this has infrared, which is the only downside that I can see from it. Let me double check the other one to make sure that this doesn't have an infrared emitter on it. It doesn't look like it does, but they're very similar. Again, like I said, guys, that's the only difference that I can tell from these. And the listing doesn't make it very clear that I can tell. So if you guys own these, or I'm sure a lot of times the manufacturer will come back and say, you know, drop a comment and let me know. But from what I can tell, it just has standard HD recording, non-night vision. Let me scroll down a little bit. It'll support up to a 256 gigabyte card, which is great. Usually with these, they'll just keep recording. 256 gigs is a lot, so you know, it's something that maybe you need to go back and look at footage. You want something to record for a decent amount of time. This is going to do that. Let's see, hidden SD card in the back. We touched on that. It says here supports Alexa smart outlets. I'm not sure what that means. I think maybe you can plug your device into this if it's a Amazon product like that, which is pretty handy because it looks exactly like the plug that comes with your Echo. When you plug this in, the only thing I would say is make sure the cord isn't covering the camera. It's really hard to see by the video, but there is a lens there. It's just a pinhole lens. Pretty cool. Very easy way to mount this and to have it be hidden. Like I said, guys, the only difference is you won't be able to actually tap into this and look at it depending on which model you get. If you get the one that's non-Wi-Fi, you're gonna have to pull the outlet or pull the device from the outlet, pull the card, and look at the footage. One device, in my opinion, kind of utilizes that as more of a backup. The other device utilizes that as a you know, you can instantly stream it. So let me go to the other listing too and just double check that one and see what it says here. And I wish they listed those differences. They're not very specific, but it's either control remotely. So the second one, you can turn it off remotely when needed. It will be discreetly recording all the information to you. A little bit of a, like I said, guys, language barrier there, but that's, you know, that's really about it. You know, I can keep going being long-winded here about it, which I usually am, but ultimately at the end of the day, they are just cameras. They're hidden cameras. and discrete cameras. So check them out, guys. Naturally, my phone is ringing every time I try to do a video. My phone rings. So I'm going to close on that, guys. Have a wonderful Labor Day. I swear to God, every time I do a video. So anyway, guys, we're just going to run with it. Uncut, unedited, and raw. And that's how life is. So check them out, guys. Links in the description. I'll put a link to their store, and you can look at the different variations of these cameras, read more about it. I know the video is a little bit scattered there because I wanted to do this one where I just kind of unbox it with you guys. Everybody and their brother makes stuff like this. What I can tell you is that they're all very comparable and very similar. Price point on this is what's most important. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and for 35 bucks, it's nice to have the peace of mind. This is definitely something that, and again, check your, depending on where you're going to put this, you got to be very careful with the laws and the rules of your employer or whatever. In your home, you can do whatever you want. But I find something like this would be really great, if you had a situation where somebody's doing something, you want to make sure nobody's, somebody's stealing your stapler at work, whatever the case may be. This is a super discreet way of being able to keep an eye on your surroundings. I would recommend, for the price point, the $5 difference, you just get the Wi-Fi version. Remember, one is the standard IQ cam. Of course, I guess they're all IQ camera, IQ charger. So this is the IQ charger, then the IQ charger 2.0. So for the money, I would just go ahead and get the Wi-Fi version. This will allow you to at least monitor this remotely if you need to, which I think is a great addition. I mean, a lot of times you want to check up on things without actually having to pull the thing off the wall and get that footage. So, and it's nice too, because let's just say that the thing gets compromised, you'll be able to pull that footage. As long as it's powered up, you can get it right. Let's say it's something you can't access within a couple days, you'll be able to get the footage right then and there by signing to the app and checking it. So pretty cool, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions whatsoever. Remember, the IQ camera does have night vision. The other two, to the best of my knowledge, do not. But usually the sensors on these are pretty good where they work without night vision. But I won't know until I test these out. And I will do that at a later date and come back and drop a comment like I normally do, and probably re-record and make another video down the road. So anyway, I want to thank Alphatech for their generosity and sending these to me. If you guys have any questions, drop me a comment, drop me an email. If I don't have the answer, I'll get you the answer. So guys, have a great weekend and take care.